Dear students, good afternoon. You are reading online. Perhaps you are happy. Now, there are some important questions of solutions. That questions are asked in previous year in between 2009 and 2019. First, what is reverse osmosis? You have read what is reverse osmosis. Again, I am writing here. What is reverse osmosis, and write one use of reverse osmosis is the question. Now, it is a phenomenon. What is reverse osmosis? It is the phenomenon in which pressure is applied on higher concentrated solution to pass the solvent particles from higher concentrated solution to lower concentrated solution through a semi-permeable membrane. You have read semi-permeable membrane? It is the membrane through which only solvent particles pass and solute particles do not pass. That you have read. So, reverse osmosis is the non-spontaneous process, while osmosis is a spontaneous process, and reverse osmosis is non-spontaneous process. Means solvent particles passes from lower concentrated to higher concentrated solution itself. But if pressure is applied on higher concentrated solution, then the solvent particles start to move from higher concentrated solution to lower concentrated solution. It is just opposite of osmosis. It is used to remove the salt from seawater, because generally metropolitan cities are located on the bank of sea, and water is supplied to that cities from sea. So it is purified, means seawater is purified by the process called reverse osmosis. In this process, the seawater is passed through SPM. SPM means semi-permeable membrane. You have read it is natural as well as artificial. As a result, water molecules passed through semi-permeable membrane, but salt present in seawater does not. Thus, the concentration of the rest seawater is increased, which is used to separate common salt from the solution, because amount of salt in seawater which is located in our country is nearly 30 to 35 gram per liter, and when this process is used to purify the water, then concentration of seawater is increased, means residual water is increased, that is 150 to 200 gram per liter. So it is easy to separate common salt. The purified water is supplied to the cities. This process is also called desalination. Desalination means to remove the salt from the sea water. Now, second important question is, what is anoxia? What is anoxia? How does it occur? It is the question. The low concentration of oxygen in blood is called anoxia. The low concentration of oxygen in blood is called anoxia. Why low concentration occurs? Because you have read, if we move in upward direction, then the concentration of oxygen as well as density of air is decreased. So a person suffering from anoxia feels suffocation, weakness, and other problems. and hence a person take oxygen when, or a climber take oxygen when that moves from plain area to Himalaya or other. It occurs at the altitude as the density and partial pressure of the solution is decreased. Now the third question. Now the third question is why the freezing point Fe, why the freezing point of aqueous solution of potassium iodide is increased. Freezing point of aqueous solution of potassium iodide is increased when Hgi2 mercuric iodide is added in it. While you have read Ki is a strong salt, so it dissociates completely and hence number of particles is increased, so freezing point is decreased. But when Hgi2 is added, it should dissociate and freezing point again should be decreased, but it is not decreased. See the answer seriously. As we know that aqueous solution of Ki has freezing point less than 0, because aqueous solution means water freezes at 0 degree Celsius, but aqueous solution of potassium iodide freezes at less than 0 degree Celsius and Ki dissociates completely. If Hgi2 mercuric iodide is added, then freezing point should be decreased, but on the contrary of it, the freezing point of the solution is increased as the number of solute particles decreases due to formation of a complex salt. What is the name of complex salt? K2HgI4. So what happens? Potassium iodide is attached with Hg and hence number of solute particles now decreased and hence freezing point of the solution is increased. While if Ki was added, then particles was increased, but when mercuric iodide is added, then the number of solute particles of potassium iodide also decreases due to formation of potassium mercuric iodide. Now fourth question is blood cells. You have read blood cells. Blood cells are isotonic with 0.9% aqueous solution of common salt. What happens if we place blood cells in aqueous solution containing 1.2% NaCl, 0.4% NaCl? Isotonic means you have read if two or more solutions have same osmotic pressure, then they are called isotonic solutions. So here blood cells solution and aqueous solution of common salts have same osmotic pressure, means they have same concentration. And what is the concentration? 0.9%. Now that blood cells are added in 1.2% NaCl, means one has more concentration and other has less concentration, 0.4, means this concentration is less than before, 0.9. Now answer. According to question, the osmotic pressure of blood cells and aqueous solution of sodium chloride, that is 0.9%, is same and hence molar concentration will also be same. No doubt in it. Now first question is 1.2%. Hence, first question, hence if we place the blood cells in 1.2% aqueous solution of sodium chloride, then solvent particles start to come out from blood cells, means from lower concentrated solution to higher concentrated solution, so it may shrink. Now second question, what is the second question? Second question is, if the blood cells are added in 0.4% aqueous solutions, if we place the blood cells in a solution of sodium chloride having concentration 0.4% NaCl, then solvent particles move from aqueous solution that is 0.4% to blood cells that has concentration 0.9%. So what happens? It gets swelled. Means if blood cells are given in lower concentrated solution, then it shrinks, and lower concentrated solution, then it gets swelled, and if blood cells are given in higher concentrated solution, then it gets shrinked. Now next question means fifth question. What is the fifth question? Will the elevation of boiling point be same? Will the elevation of boiling point be same if 0.1 mole of NaCl sodium chloride or 0.1 mole of sugar is dissolved in 1 liter of water? Question is clear? Means if 0.1 mole NaCl is added in water, 1 liter of water, and 0.1 mole of sugar is added in 1 liter of water, then what happens? You have to explain it. Answer: no, the elevation of boiling point never will be same. Means elevation of boiling point in both solutions, one is NaCl, other is glucose, will not be same, as NaCl is a strong salt, so it dissociates completely into its ions, while glucose neither goes association nor dissociation inside the solution, and hence the number of particles remains same. Hence number of solute particles of NaCl will be just double than the glucose. Hence elevation of boiling point of aqueous solution of NaCl will be more, nearly double, than the aqueous solution of glucose. No problem in it. Now next important question, what is molar elevation constant or ebullioscopic constant? Molar elevation constant is also known as ebullioscopic constant. It is indicated by Kb. Now answer: the elevation of boiling point when 1 mole of solute is added in 1000 gram or 1 kg of pure solvent is called molar elevation constant. You have read it in the elevation of boiling point. For example, molar elevation constant of water, that is Kb, it is 0.52 Kelvin kilogram per mole. K kg mole inverse, it can be written. Now again next important question, what is molar depression constant? What is molar depression constant? That is Kf. You have also read it in depression of freezing point. What is molar elevation constant or cryoscopic constant? The depression in freezing point when 1 mole of a non-volatile solute is added in 1000 gram or 1 kg of a pure solvent is called molar depression constant, and it is indicated by Kb. For example, molar depression constant of aqueous solution, that is Kf, is 1.86 Kelvin kilogram per mole. K kg mole inverse. Now note, means you have to keep in mind, elevation of boiling point is also known as ebullioscopy. Depression of freezing point is also known as cryoscopy. Depression of freezing point is also known as cryoscopy, and elevation of boiling point is also known as ebullioscopy. Now, next important question is, what is maximum boiling azeotrope? That you have read in negative deviation and positive deviation. What is maximum boiling azeotrope? Answer will be what? The solution which boils at higher temperature than the boiling point of each component in pure form or pure state is called maximum boiling azeotrope. Means boiling point of the solution is more than the boiling point of solute and boiling point of solvent. For example, 68% aqueous solution of nitric acid. In details you have read in negative and positive deviation also. Now, next important question is, what is minimum boiling azeotrope? You have read it in positive deviation. What is minimum boiling azeotrope? The solution which boils at lower temperature than the components, means boiling point of solute and solvent, in pure state separately is called minimum boiling azeotrope. What is minimum boiling azeotrope? It is the solution which boils at lower temperature than the boiling point of solute and solvent. For example, 95% aqueous solution of ethanol. Ethanol means ethyl alcohol, that is C2H5OH. Now, homework. Solve all the in-text questions of solutions chapter from NCERT book. You have NCERT book, so now try to solve all the in-text questions. If you have any problem, then you can ask me also. Now, next chapter will be started in next day, that is electrochemistry. Thank you. Have a nice day.